Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. I'm Bill Rice, joined by Coach Forrest Lee. And in Panama City Beach, we've got Mike Amos, and I guess we'll soon be joined by Michael Amos. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Great day.
Good morning to you. And we're coming to you from paradise, the beautiful shores of the Gulf of Mexico, and the sun is just coming up, and few people out there walking this morning, but the waves seem to be calm. It just looks like another great day to be at the beach, and hopefully a lot of you will come down. Of course, we got a vacation day coming up with Labor Day coming up on right here on Monday. So, hey, y'all excited? Everybody getting real excited?
Well, I'm going to have to work. There's going to be a golf tournament in Brundage Monday morning. It's going to be a ABC scramble. You show up about 8:30. They'll put you on a team and draw names out of a hat and play.
Good.
And you know, it would be a scramble format. It'd be a lot of fun, won't it?
Yes, sir. It's going to be a three-man team. It's $30 per person. And, you know, they have prizes for the winners. And I think second place.
Are they going to barbecue at the deal?
Afterwards, I think they'll have a little bit of food available for the players and fans.
Yeah,
and,
it's going to be a lot of fun. How many teams you got lined up so far?
Well, what you do, you signed up individually as a player, and when you get there, they'll determine who's A, B, and C, and go from there.
You just give them your handicap, is that right?
Something like that, yes, sir. It'll be there's 30 people who've signed up thus far, and it'll be a shotgun start.
Yeah. Okay, we had a lot going on last night. We had a few high school scores for us. Give us a little bit of a rundown here.
Well, the final was Greenville 21, Charles Henderson 0. That was played in Troy. I know Charles Henderson will be off next week, and then they'll host Andalusia 2 weeks from last night. And that's their next home game will be against Andalusia. There was I don't know if it was an upset or not, but Robert E. Lee out of Montgomery defeated Eufaula 25-10 in Crampton Bowl.
Mm-hmm. That was a big win. That tells you how good Robert E. Lee is. That's pretty good against Eufaula.
And I don't know. I don't have the middle school score, but I did call and I spoke with Michelle Armstrong, and I think Andalusia won by 2 or 3 touchdowns against the middle school last night in Andalusia.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Mike, you know who did the color commentary on the telecast last night of the Charles Henderson game?
No.
Coach Rick Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes,
really?
He was
did
there.
an outstanding job, and he looks great. I don't know how old Coach Rhodes is now, but he looks as young as I do.
You know, he coached in Europe for a long time.
He's coached everywhere.
He'll be doing that for that network that does high school football all over the state. Is that right?
And then Steve just told me Barry McKnight and Neil did the Troy Cable version of the telecast.
So, did they? Okay.
Well,
that was great to get Barry McKnight involved.
I wish they had a better game. Greenville has some great athletes, and Mike, they have the biggest football player I've ever seen in my life. This is no exaggeration.
Oh,
they had a nose guard who is 6'1", 425 pounds.
Oh boy, can he move at all?
No. I wouldn't let him play. I don't know how he passed the physical, but he is the biggest, widest football player I've ever seen.
But that game was telecast statewide, I think,
yep.
on that network of theirs, and we did our game that can be seen every Saturday morning on Troy Cable, Charles Henderson football. It started in 80. I want to say 85, and we've been doing Charles Henderson games ever since. So I think that's 37 years in a row that you can see Charles Henderson every Saturday morning on Troy Cable. 37 years. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
hey, Mike, let me give a rundown on Coach Rhodes' coaching history real quick if we got time. He's 73 years old.
You better get your mental health, Andy, because he's been a lot of places.
Everybody go get their coffee and just kick back, and you're just going to
73 years old. He started off at Hanley High School,
We count them.
then Jefferson Davis High School, Mountain Brook, Davidson High School, then Troy University, Troy State.
As an assistant, right? You got
Offensive line, offensive line coach. Then Andalusia in 1980. Then North Alabama as offensive coordinator. Then Troy State's defensive coordinator from 83 to 84. The head coach from 85 to 87. Then Southern Illinois. Then University of Alabama. Then Kentucky, Nicholls State, Stephen F. Austin, Pelham High School of Birmingham, the Birmingham Thunderbolts, Delta State, the Graz Giants, I believe that's in Europe, the Karlstad Crusaders, the La Courneuve Flash, the Karlstad Crusaders again, the KDS Dar High School in Alabama, then the Roclaw Panthers, and then in 2019, the Salzburg Ducks. So that rascal, he's coach.
There's not anybody out there that's been more places. I bet there's nobody in the state of Alabama that's coached more
And they
places.
probably left off some. Well, that was 24 places.
Isn't that amazing?
Now, some of them he went back twice.
Let me tell you this, and I'll tell you this, I don't think he's been fired in any of those places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He coached on his own accord at every one of those places.
Well, he was at Troy 3 different times. You know, he was the offensive line coach, defensive coordinator, then the head coach.
He played at Central Missouri State.
He must live in Alabama.
You know, you're right. He was, but he was born and raised out in Missouri, and I remember right. There's a school in Montgomery that so many great coaches came through. Johnny Char. It was a junior high school rise over there near Cloverdale, right there. Not Cloverdale, but near the old shopping center, Loveman's. What's the name of it?
Goodwin?
Not Goodwin.
Bellingraph?
What?
Bellingraph?
No, but close to it.
Oh.
It was right there at the community center. It was right there at the old shopping center.
Here comes Mike on the
Okay,
phone.
let me put you on hold, see if I can figure this out. Put Mike on hold. And then put...
Mike Amos, come.
then let's do conference.
Excuse me.
All right, I think we got the both
Coffee.
Mike Amos's. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, morning.
We were just talking about all the places that Coach Rick Rhodes has coached because he did the color commentary on the statewide game of the week that Troy Cable broadcast last night.
Really?
Yeah, Greenville versus Charles Henderson. So, but go ahead, Mike. You were telling your story.
Well, I'm trying to think of the junior high school that he coached at to begin his coaching career.
Yeah.
Right over there near the old Loveman Shopping Center.
Well, I think he came to Troy under Coach Bradshaw. Coach Bradshaw brought a lot of people to Troy.
Yeah. Well, did y'all mention that he coached at Alabama and Kentucky?
Yep.
Was it Cloverdale?
No, it wasn't Cloverdale. It was a bunch of coaches coached over there at one time or another, and I can't remember who they were, but that's where he got his start.
Well, most coaches, they get their 20 years or 30 or 10 of retirement vested in the state. But I don't know, did he stay? I guess he stayed long enough at different Alabama places to get a good Alabama State retirement, right?
I don't know that, but when he left the junior high school, he went to Jeff Davis and coached there a couple of years.
Wasn't Walter McGee, was it? McKee?
What?
Walter McKee?
No.
These are the current ones. There's probably...
So catch me out this morning. I know South Alabama had a huge win. What about Charles Henderson? What was the score?
21-0 Greenville.
Okay.
Greenville ran back a interception for a touchdown. Charles Henderson helped them. They had a lot of turnovers. Charles Henderson's defense played pretty good, except for the first quarter. And but Greenville's defense just completely shut Charles Henderson. I think had 2 first downs halfway through the fourth quarter, and one of those was from a penalty. They just couldn't move the ball. Now I will say that Greenville looks like they have a great defense, and I don't think they've
Really
given
good
up
defense.
given up a point all year.
Really good defense. They're 2-0.
Did the South Alabama game shock you?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, it didn't shock me. I mean, I knew they'd be good. I didn't know they'd win the game, but they won the game over Southern Miss 31-21.
Yeah, 32-21, and I'll be honest, it should have been worse in the first half. Though the South Alabama's quarterback threw 2 horrible interceptions.
Jared Wilson from Charles Henderson played in that
It
game.
should have been 13-10.
Who's he play for?
South Alabama,
What's he play?
running back.
All right.
He had 1 carry for 2 yards. Jared Wilson from Charles Henderson High School played in that game. He ran the ball 1 time for 2 yards. And I'm wondering, did Kobe Griffin play a lot for UAB? Because he's like a redshirt junior safety. But whether or not he played, I couldn't pick up nothing on TV.
I couldn't find that game on Troy Cable. So what did it look like on TV, Michael?
Troy
Well,
Cable
the game was
needs to
on-
look into. They need to look into this.
CBS
Sports channel.
Sports Network, CBS Sports Network.
I must not have that channel, but so I couldn't.
It'd be great if we.
You know, I would say Southern Miss probably had 10,000 people there.
Did they?
Yeah,
Did they have them spread out? Was everybody spread out?
yeah, in most cases, but a lot of times the students will lay there all together.
Were the bands there? Were the marching bands there?
You know, I didn't notice the band. That's a good question. I didn't see that.
Mike, I'm gonna break your heart, Mike. Robert E.
What's up?
Lee whipped Uvalde last night.
25 to
I
10.
figured it might be a tough game coming off that emotional win over Central Phoenix City. But Bobby Lee's back. Their athletes are better than ever now. They've been good the last 3 years.
They really have, no question about it. Look at Alabama. How many of their guys went to league?
I mean, Henry Rollins did for sure.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to give those scores out, and we're going to have our little contest. You know, it won't count this week, but it will next week. But we're going to go over the games, high school games at least, and pick up as many of the college games as possible this week. There are not many I'm out there. That's the reason we're not going to go with the Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Trucks picks of the week, brought to you by Premier Dodge Ram Jeep and those wonderful Ram trucks.
You know, I saw on the promo watching the WOTO broadcast with Rick Rhodes. Their next game Saturday, I think, is Hoover versus Vestavia Hills. That'll be a good one, won't it? Televised
That should be a good one.
statewide.
What do you think about that, Mike? Hoover and
Well, you know, Buddy Anderson just got back. Him and his wife both had COVID-19, so Vestavia is getting a late start. I would definitely take Hoover.
yeah. Mike Amos is calling from Great Beach this morning. How's the crowd down there right now, Mike? Is it
You know, I was telling my wife we were walking around. You know, we've been walking all week, and it seems like a late arriving crowd for Labor Day weekend. It makes you think that everybody's been down to the beach so much, you know, starting in March, that maybe it's not going to be as packed as we thought it was going to be this weekend.
I tell you
I
what,
know the restaurants are still doing well. I randomly bumped into y'all at Dillard's yesterday. You had a nice blazer you were trying on before I left you.
Let me tell you this, that's a heck of a sale going on at Dillard's, and it goes on through through Monday. So anybody wants some great deals, they got a great sale going on. I tell you what,
Everything was like 65% off.
if you have a card, you buy your what you would like at 65% off, then 40%
Wow.
of that. That's a pretty good deal, isn't it?
That's the 2 times I buy clothes when that says sale or clearance. And I usually shop Dillard's. I called Sisters yesterday, Mike.
Or
Yeah.
40%, huh?
I called Sisters yesterday. They just flashed by. They're one of your sponsors, and
Yeah.
they're not at this time ready to open up for buffet. Not at this time was what they told me.
I'm glad you told me that.
So
But it sounds like it's coming soon.
She didn't say, but she said not at this time. And I tried calling Julia's this morning and I could not get an answer. I'm sure they'll follow suit. They're probably not quite ready at this time.
That's good information, and of course the meat and 3 is still a great deal, and just is wonderful foods.
Yeah, that's what they have changed the requirement that you can't have a buffet, all you can eat buffet, and so that's why Forrest made that call. So apparently you can now go to a buffet restaurant and.
Again, I'll tell you this too. Over at Piggly Wiggly, the pig has. They have their buffet open. Right now they have a buffet where they serve you, and I was just wondering.
They've never had a buffet, have they? Isn't it just a line you go through, like a cafeteria line?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get what you want. I mean, they'll put it on your plate for you.
Yeah, it's like a cafeteria line. How about UAB Central Arkansas? Central Arkansas plays on Saturday night against Austin Peay in Montgomery, and then stays in Birmingham all week. And they scored 35 points against UAB. They got beat 45-35.
That was impressive, wasn't it? They were really good. About them, but with a 1AA scoring 35 points on UAB, they're gonna have to work on their defense, don't you think?
What?
That's 2 straight years UAB struggled in Oprah. They almost got beat by Alabama State last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mike, do they play Thursday, UAB versus Miami? When is?
Yeah, they do.
Next Thursday in Miami.
In Miami. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if UAB went down there and beat them, Mike.
Well, I hope it's on
They
TV.
gave up 35 points to Central Arkansas. Miami's probably going to score 50.
Yeah.
They said that
Miami's supposed to be better, I think.
Yeah.
AL.com, Joe Goodman said that there was an announced crowd of 12,500 at Legion Field. An announced crowd usually when they use those words, that usually means it wasn't that big, but they announced the crowd at 12,500.
There's another local kid who plays at UAB. His name's Alex Wright. He was the Conference USA all-freshman team last year. He's only 6'7", and weighs 260 pounds, and he's an outside linebacker. And there again, I don't know what.
High school?
Elba. He's from Elba. Played at Elba.
I remember when he drove through Troy to go to UAB.
Of course, Kobe Griffin.
They were missing the boat on him because he was a good-looking prospect in high school.
Conference USA all freshman team last year, and led the freshmen in that conference with sacks and hurries and fumbles caused. And Kobe Griffin, I don't know if he played last night. I didn't pick it up on TV. He's from Charles Henderson. He's on the team. He wears number 9, and Alex Wright wears number 16. Both local kids from this area.
I would say that Greenville has several good prospects, and Charles Henderson has several really good young players. Number 30 is the linebacker. He's in my wife's class. Says he's a great kid. He had a big game, a lot of tackles. And then got a freshman cornerback that they play some at quarterback and receiver. Number 11.
Boyd's his last name.
Yeah, and he is going to be really, really good. He's already good. Might be their best athlete already as a freshman.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Jawan Boyd. He's number 11. He's a cornerback. Sometimes he runs the ball. Sometimes he's a receiver. Yeah. Jawan Boyd, freshman.
And he plays for Charles Henderson?
Yes.
Yeah, he runs back kicks sometimes too. He's just an all-purpose player. Yeah. But
I'm back here in my kitchen, right? I'm back here in my kitchen. How do you want your eggs? You want to scramble your eggs, scramble or overnight? How would you like your eggs this morning?
Scramble, please.
Hey, fix that bacon and the sausage, and we've got biscuits, sausage and biscuits, and we've got grits. And Sparge, how do you like your eggs?
I like them scrambled, and I like them over medium.
All right, he likes scrambled, and what we'll do, we'll give you some scramble, and then we'll fry a few of them over medium for you.
Okay.
Speaking of eggs, I stopped and I got a.
Gulf of Mexico this morning.
I got a ham, egg, and cheese. Go ahead, Michael.
No, I was just going to say, why don't you go ahead and go buy a bunch of donuts? I think my kids are going to come down there and see y'all tomorrow.
I'm eating some Thomas's donuts as we speak. Daddy, your little girls like chocolate covered donuts, don't they?
Mike, are you cooking or is Miss Carol cooking? Mike, are you
I heard
cooking?
about Maggie. How's Maggie doing this morning?
Well, she had to check her out yesterday. She's got the sniffles and the sinuses, and you can tell I got them. You know, allergies.
All right, well, get your extension. You and Farley, make sure y'all
We're good.
at least 6 feet now.
I'm not coughing on him, but this feels like just the usual sinus drainage stuff I have every single year, about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I know the feeling, no question about it.
But Maggie, I had to check her out, and so bless her little heart. I think she's gonna be okay though.
They named Cam Newton the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, and also heard he's going to be named one of the team captains. But he was named the starter.
He one bit. He's one of the great athletes that ever come through the SEC.
Well,
And you're right. Those guys knew what they were doing when they got him. They said, "Look, we can get Cam Newton," and that's what New England did. Went out and did.
yeah.
I'm on my second cup of coffee this morning, guys, and let's see. We're frying and scrambling eggs. We're having a big time right here on our setup down here.
Now, do you have some orange juice, or what do you have to drink?
I've got juice. I've got orange juice. I'm gonna give you prune juice. You look like you might need some prune juice.
No, I want some vitamin C. I want some a big glass of orange
All right,
juice.
we got some fresh orange juice.
It sounds like
squeezed orange juice.
sounds like you're already into the Bloody Marys this morning.
Well, I put them. If you ever, what the metal container for a ultra looks like, the metal container.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like a bullet. Well, I've just put a couple of those in the freezer, and when they come out, they're about as cold as you can get.
Ooh.
And it's a bullet, and they call it the bullet from Ultra, and it's really good.
Okay.
But it is a great morning to be alive down here at West Panama City Beach. And, of course, the sun is out, and the water is calm, and people are going in. This is the best time of the day to go swimming.
All the fishing boat charters are going by the house as we speak in Graydon. If anybody ever wants to go fishing, there's 12 boats that go off Graydon Beach every morning. And
exactly right. No question.
they catch a lot of fish. I always go look at the boats when they come in, and my kids get a kick out of seeing all the fish.
Well, tomorrow is the 146th running of the Kentucky Derby.
Buddy, that's big news.
There'll be 18 horses. 18 horses. The post time, I think, is going to be about 6:01 Central Standard Time, and the favorite.
It's almost dark when they run it, isn't it? It's almost dark.
It says the favorite is "Tis the Law." Is the favorite.
Well, I'll take whoever Bob Bassford, the trainer.
That's one of them. He has one of them.
One of them.
That's one of them.
I said you and Bassford they'll have a hard time figuring out who y'all were because y'all look so much alike.
Can you still go to Victory Land and bet on horse racing simulcast?
I would think so. I'm not sure. I would think you could, though.
I love horse racing.
That's good. That's great news, Forrest Lee. To mention that because the Kentucky Derby, out of all the sporting goods in America, there's none that have more rich folks at it. Those folks come from all over the world, the rich folks, to this wonderful gala event, the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, they'll have.
They say the parties and the social part of this.
They won't be near. That's true.
It doesn't get bigger than the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, the airports, the private jets will be packed up.
I'm not sure how many fans can go.
No fans.
No fans.
That's true.
I was wondering how they were going to do that because at sometimes I think they had over 200,000 fans at one time, didn't they?
Yeah, so there'll be no fans. I did read that there'll be no
Hat
fans.
sales have gone down because of it.
Yeah. But it's still a glamorous event, and you see the
we'll definitely have mint juleps. We always have mint juleps on every day, so we'll be making those more.
Make sure we have mint juleps, and how about this? How about my favorite banana drink? You know what I'm talking about?
Banana daiquiri.
Favorite.
I like banana milkshake.
What now?
I like a banana milkshake if it's
No, yeah.
NC.
I mean, my wife makes a dessert called Banana Foster's.
Yeah.
What is this? We drink it all the time down here. It's like a milkshake. Banana what?
Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, Jacqueline's favorite recipe.
Okay.
It's not fun.
Going back to the Kentucky Derby.
It's not Bananas Foster. It's Bananas. Oh shoot.
We'll have to Google it.
You talking about a daiquiri?
No, it's like it's like drinking a chocolate, a banana milkshake.
Well, they have mudslides, bushwhackers.
Mudslide, that's what it is. It's a
Bushwhackers.
banana mudslide.
No, we got it.
A bushwhacker.
Have y'all ever had one?
No.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I got turned on to horse racing when Secretariat was popular. That's when I became mesmerized with horse racing.
No, that was
Well, let me throw
that
a
was
name
the
out.
story of the sports story of not the year but the decade. Secretariat.
All right,
Checkerboard blue.
I go as far back as
Number
watching
3.
or listening to the radio and hearing the word Nashua. Have you ever heard of the horse Nashua?
I think so.
Have y'all ever heard that?
I got a trivia question. Who was the
Of all time, and that's when I started listening and watching horse racing on TV.
jockey on Secretariat?
Eddie Arcaro.
I think it was Ron Turkett.
You know, he later had a crash and was paralyzed. Did you know that?
But one of the great ones was Eddie Arcaro, and that was one for a long time ago.
Diane Lane played the owner of Secretariat in a good movie I just watched on TV again. You know, the backstory of Secretariat is really interesting. They were in big financial trouble. The family was. They were getting ready to take the farm. They couldn't pay their taxes, and she syndicated that horse even before it had started the season with just huge shares, and had a hard time getting anybody to take it. And finally, she sold it for like $1 million a piece of that horse to about 30 people, and that saved her bacon.
All right, give me the odds right now.
I don't have those in front of me. I don't have those listed. It was in yesterday's paper, but I don't have it with me.
Bedford's horse usually.
He's got 2 in there, I believe, maybe 3. I know he's got 2.
Trainer, and he's got to be a celebrity. You know, Bedford has.
Don't you say he looks like somebody locally here?
Ben Beard, Ben Beard, my good friend Ben Beard, who's coming to us from his luxury facilities over there west of Troy, wouldn't you say?
Oh, wait.
And he can go out and see some beautiful horses of his own. You know, he has some of the finest walking horses in the world, right there on Orion, right off Orion Street, Troy, Alabama.
The list of horses is Tis the Law is the favorite.
What did it say? One more time.
The name of the horse is Tis the Law.
Tis the Law. How much of a favorite is it?
5 to 3.
Minus 150.
Minus 150.
Yeah, this is the odds to win.
Okay, you pay 150 and you get paid.
Yeah, you would lose
if you lose. You get paid 150.
Yeah, you'd pay more money.
To win $100, you got to risk 150. Is the way that works.
Right. I got you.
Plus 550 is Honor AP. Authentic is plus 750. 1,000 words is plus 1,500. New York Traffic plus 1,500. Soul, what is it? Volante plus 2,500. Max Player plus 3,000. Enforceable plus 3,000. Storm the Court plus 3,000. Money Moves plus 3,000. Attachment Rate plus 5,000. Finnick the Fierce plus 5,000. Nicker Island plus 5,000. All these
you
pay
can
big
win
to win.
5,000 and just just pay 1,000 to lose? Is that how it works?
I think
Yeah, it depends on
I think that's the same as 50-1 odds. So
Yeah.
so
Major Fed plus 5,000, winning expression plus 5,000, South Bend. There's a horse called South Bend plus 5,000, and Mr. Big News. So it looks like Tiz the Law is a huge favorite.
Well, you can go online if you wanted to bet on one of these horses. You can go online and do it, can't you? Is that right?
probably.
You could probably go somewhere. You could go to a sports book, definitely in Mississippi, and place it.
Yeah. And it's always fun to have something on the race, even though if it's just $1.
Yeah, I would bet $10 on 5 of these long shots, and just if you can lose $50, what the heck, you can win a lot of money.
And there are people out there that know what they're doing that make up a lot of money. There's no question about it. But we're fixing right now to go over our football scores.
Y'all want to take a commercial break and then come back, Mike?
Let's do that, my friend. You're running the show. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break, and then we'll come back and pick some football games. So,
On Premier, Dodge Chrysler.
and I've got my egg biscuit I got to eat during this commercial break. So that's the real reason for this commercial. See y'all in a couple minutes.
Our history is woven with the stories of those we serve. At Max, we've been a good community partner for 65 years. Max is dedicated to providing dependable financial services and to supporting our communities. We volunteer our time and share our resources. As a credit union, we've returned millions of dollars back to our members, local nonprofits, and small businesses. Max is honored to be a part of your story. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Right here, right now. It's a double dose of savings. Yes. Summer clearance event savings. Plus Labor Day savings. 2020 Wranglers start at $289 a month. 2020 Ram 1500. Save it to $17,377. The biggest selection. Better discount. Best deal. New 2020 Jeep Cherokee. Save up to $10,000. Save over $9,800 on new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Bad credit, no credit, it doesn't matter. Shop us at PremierTroy.com and save thousands. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody. Right here, right now, during the Labor Day used car sales event, you can save thousands. Now through Monday only, and only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. If you have $29, you have a down payment for a used vehicle. That's right, $29 down, and payments as low as $99 a month. Bad credit or no credit? No problem. Take home $350 a week, and you can be approved. Yes. Don't miss your last chance for savings during the Labor Day used car sales event. Only at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
And we're back. Michael, you want to give us some of those high points you gave us over the commercial about Southern Miss and South Alabama?
Yeah, I was just mentioning, South Alabama's offense has struggled over the last few years, but Coach Campbell, and more importantly, Kenny Edenfield, a good friend of ours, used to come on the show all the time, played at Troy, coached at Troy for 10 years. The offense was really good last night on the road against Southern Miss. They had 363 yards passing and 166 yards rushing. So that was impressive, especially on the road against Southern Miss.
All right, now listen, everybody got a sheet of paper now. We want you to write down who y'all think's going to win.
One thing about the Edenfield family, KD and his wife, she just gave birth to a son, so the Edenfields have added to the flock. Congratulations, KD.
It just seemed like just the other day that KD Edenfield was playing for Charles Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
You got another piece.
All right, guys, you got
all
your
right,
paper ready?
Charles Henderson, Greenville. I'm going to take Greenville.
I got it.
All right, well, yeah, I bet. But we will go over this one more time, the college scores. And, of course, we got a few college games this week. One of them is SMU at Texas State. And we've got McBride playing in that game. Isn't that right? Oh, yeah.
The quarterback's coach from Texas State is on leave at this time for indiscretion allegations. Just read that this morning.
We got a lot of that.
Thing related to the virus. It was.
It's related to possible problems when he was coaching. Excuse me, when he was coaching in high school is what the paper read. But we'll get on to something
We'll
else.
find you a mask, Brother Rice.
Well, I can't. I've got the sneezes now, and I don't want to sneeze into that mask.
Well, we don't want you to.
I'll be careful.
We're good.
Are we back to play here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, and of course, Bill Rice Jr. At the throttle of today's show, and of course, this is the preliminary school board show of what you're going to see every week right here on Troy Cable. And today in LA, it'll be Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks. Picks of the week, brought to you by Premier Dodge, Ram, and Jeep, and Chrysler. And remember, nobody beats Premier Job. Nobody beats
a Premier deal.
Like you'll get a deal from Premier, and we appreciate it.
I went to Burger King this morning to get my croissants, and I was behind a good-looking Jeep that brand new, and it had the little tag on there. I said, I just got a Premier deal on it, and I can tell it was a good-looking vehicle.
I tell you what,
Probably a Yeti cooler in it too.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go over what happened last night quickly. Robert E. Lee beat Eufaula last night. We've already got that down. Central of Arkansas played UAB tough, but UAB ended up beating them, by 10?
45 to 35.
Yeah, nice going game there. And then Southern Miss pulled off South Alabama pulled off the big upset, beating Southern Miss at Southern Miss last night. That was a big win.
I think we all said that we should would take the underdogs in both of those games, and so we would have done well if we would have played them.
Yeah, that line was at 15 earlier in the week, and then went to 12 at kickoff.
Yeah. All right. So congratulations to that Troy bunch. A lot of Troy guys coached for South Alabama. Run those down real quick, Mike.
You got Craig Stewart, Haystack Stewart that played at Troy. Kenny Edenfield played at Troy, coached at Troy, and then Steve Campbell played at Troy on the '87 National Championship team. He was the center. Then Katie Edenfield played at Troy, played at Charles Anderson Hospital. He's on that staff as well.
And Rice just mentioned, our Forrest just mentioned that Katie Edenfield's wife, this is how old we're getting, ladies and gentlemen, his wife just is going to have a baby or just had a baby.
Just had it. Baby boy.
Just had a baby boy.
Baby boy.
I can remember not too long ago that Katie Edenfield was playing both ways. You remember he was a quarterback and a defensive player. He never came out of the ball game.
Well, when he played at Troy, we always asked Kenny all the time when he was going to cut his hair. Remember, he had that long blonde hair.
Yeah, that's right. He had long hair, and he played at Troy, and now he's coached and done a great job.
The little boy's named Ford. Ford Edenfield.
All right.
His name's Ford Edenfield.
And of course, Edenfield married a Troy girl, too, and you know them very well.
Yeah, he married a Doremus.
Yeah, Pam.
Now, Ramus, that's right. Billy Joe married Billy Joe Ramus' daughter, and great people. Okay, here we go. Saturday, tomorrow, we're going to give you a couple of college deals here. Eastern Kentucky playing at Marshall. I'll take Marshall. All right.
Where are they playing? At Marshall?
They're playing at 12 noon. They're playing at Marshall.
I'll go with...
This is a very close game. The Eastern Kentucky border is pretty much right on West Virginia, where Marshall is.
Eastern Kentucky's pretty good, aren't they? I'll go with Marshall, though, at home. We are Marshall.
We are Marshall, yeah.
I'll take Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Marshall will play this game and win it pretty handily, but Eastern Kentucky plays Troy later in the season, so I'm sure they'll be watching.
Marshall-Troy was the first big game in the new, bigger stadium in Troy. That was the first one that the students tore down the goalpost. Remember when Troy beat Marshall?
I remember it well. You're exactly right, Right. All right, tomorrow also, the 12:30 kickoff, you got this is very interesting because Middle Tennessee plays at Army tomorrow, and the next week they play host to Troy. So we need to watch.
It'll be 2 weeks.
What now?
2 weeks. They don't play Troy until the 19th.
That's what I'm saying. They play at Troy the next week,
No,
Mike.
you said the next week.
Oh,
the next
okay,
week
we got
is
a week.
12. They don't play.
Next week.
They don't play until the 19th. Yeah.
You're right. So Middle Tennessee at Army. I think Army at home is going to be too tough. They run the option, and I'm going to take Army. Who do y'all like?
I'll go with an upset. I think Middle Tennessee probably is going to have more speed and athletes than Army. Just to get us off and going with an upset, let's go with Middle Tennessee.
I'm going Army.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Army. You know those guys at Army like this time because they got to get up early anyway for reveille. They have to get up for reveille around 4:30, I think, every morning, and those guys from Middle Tennessee still be asleep when those Army guys going through reveille.
I know the Army was had high expectations last year for winning 10, 11 games, and they were kind of a bust. They lost about 5 games. Army was a big disappointment last year.
They run the option very similar to Georgia Southern and those guys, and I'm going to just take them to win that game.
It's about Army is. I checked the line on this one. Army is about a 3.5 point favorite, so it's supposed to be a close game.
Yeah, I'm going to take Army being the home team here in Middle Tennessee, having to travel all the way up to New York to play.
And for all you folks, for all you folks out there, get used to this. Going every other year in a few years for Troy to play Army. Troy's got Army listed, I think, 5 different times in the next 7 or 8 years to play football. So we're going to get used to it.
Let's go, Forrest. And that's one of your bucket list games is seeing a college football game on the campus of West Point. It's really beautiful.
Right. They say it's one of the most beautiful places in the world, right there.
But they play them in 2022 and 2023.
So that's not far away, no question.
I'm going if I can. One of my best friends, Scott Rainey, is a graduate, and I bet he would meet me up there and show me around.
The over/under in this game is 55.5.
Right.
Whoa! Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That sounds good. All right, I might take it over 55.5. All right, SMU at Texas State, and that's a 3:30 game on ESPN. It's on the mother. You call it the father or the mother channel, Mike?
The mothership.
I call it the mothership.
And alive and in person, Bill Rice is McBride, the former great at Charles Henderson.
Right.
For SMU.
Great story last year. He was an assistant coach at Charles Henderson. You know, he had this injury at Auburn, and that he couldn't get medically cleared to play, and so it looked like his football career was over. He wanted to keep playing, and finally, 2 weeks into practice, SMU calls and says, "Yeah, we'll take you." And so Coach McBride drives over to Dallas, Texas, and is on the field playing linebacker again after a couple-year hiatus. Starts and leads the team in tackles, and so you would think this year with a full year in the system and a workout program, he ought to be a lot better. So go Richard McBride and go Mustangs. SMU here.
SMU.
Of course, this show is brought to you by
Mustang Sally.
Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks on the bypass right here in Troy. All right, I'm going to take
SMU is a 23.5 point favorite, over under 69 against Texas State.
You know what? That sounds. I tell you what, if I was going to play this one, I think I'd take Texas State in this one with that kind of points.
Didn't Franchione coach at Texas State one time?
Yeah,
he coached Texas State.
I heard him on an interview one time on John and Barry, I think, and he was coaching in the Sun Belt for Texas State, and it was so clear in his voice that he didn't want to be doing this interview. It was like beneath him to be talking to these people. It just did not come off very well.
Okay, all right. Who y'all gonna take? I'm gonna take SMU.
SMU.
Okay, and this is not.
I'm gonna take SMU as well.
All right, Houston Baptist, I reckon it's called Houston Baptist, is playing at North Texas. I'm going to take North Texas. This
I'll take
is the 1AA.
I'll take the Mean Green.
Mean Joe Green. I'll take the
Right.
North Texas.
North Texas.
Arkansas State, this is going to be a good one, and they're also going to be on the mother station. You won't have a hard time finding this game. Arkansas State out of the Sun Belt against Memphis from Memphis, Tennessee. It's going to be a good one. I would think about it. Of course, it'd be under their new head football coach, Mike, and it's pretty tough to win that first game.
Yeah, he actually had his first game as a head coach against Penn State last year because Norvell took the Florida State job and didn't coach the bowl game. Interesting storyline here, though. We mentioned that star running back for Memphis is opted out. But I tell you what, Arkansas State's getting no respect in this game. 19.5 points. Arkansas State's got athletes, and they're pretty talented.
Got two great quarterbacks.
This is kind of a robbery game. You know, Jonesboro and Memphis is pretty close.
Right. Yeah, you're right. They're right across from each other.
I'm kind of shocked that the line is this big, but I guess I'll take Memphis. They're 19.5 point favorites. Over under 75.
Oh man, that is a bunch. That is.
So you're talking about 42 to 32, and you're under.
You take 6 points and use it both ways. Then you would be getting Arkansas State 25.5, and you would be getting over under. The under would be 81. You took 6 points and played with it by that.
Wow, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that sounds like a good.
I'll take Memphis.
This is definitely going to be an interesting game to watch. There's going to be a lot of points.
I wonder who Arkansas State is going to start at quarterback. If it's going to be the guy that transferred from Alabama or the guy that got injured and opened up the door for
They've
this.
got a kid named Hatcher and a kid named Bonner. Those are two real good quarterbacks.
I tell you what, I enjoy pulling for Arkansas State. You know, I mean, it's one of those things after last year, that coach and that story, all with his wife, and then battling, breast cancer and passed away right before the season. He didn't even coach, I think, until the second or third game. Maybe against Troy was his first game back. But Blake Anderson's a tremendous guy, Arkansas State coach, and he's definitely somebody I pull for now.
All right, let's quickly. Everybody takes Memphis. What did you have, Farley?
I'm going to take Memphis.
Me too.
Run, Forrest, run.
Rock and roll.
Do a little Elvis this morning for us. Elvis.
Love me tender, love me true. All my dreams fulfilled.
There's gonna be a blue, blue Christmas without you.
I'm all shook up,
All right, Stephen F. Austin at UTEP. When do you ever get to take UTEP in a game? I'm going to take UTEP to beat Stephen F. Austin.
No way.
Close, though. Did he play right?
I remember Stephen F. Austin when Troy played them all the time in the Southland Conference. They were one of the powers of the league. So that's what I remember. They must still be good. And Stephen F. Austin, he was one of the great characters in history, the real Stephen F. Austin. So I'm going with Stephen F. Austin.
In fact, you're right. He was he led the Texas bunch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who do y'all like here? I'm going to take UTEP.
I'm going to take Austin. I'll take Austin. I'll take Stephen.
I'm not seeing a line on it. I'll take UTEP, I guess. I wouldn't be shocked if Stephen F. Austin beat him, though.
All right, when you're cooking your steak tomorrow night, Rice, you can have your TV on ESPN, and you can see BYU. This will be on Monday night. You can see BYU at Navy. Troy will be playing BYU on the 26th of September, and we can watch BYU against Navy. What's the line here, Mike, and the favorite here?
Yeah, the line was a pick 'em at one time, but now it's gone BYU 1.5 over under 49.5. Should be a really good game. BYU, of course, went 7-6 last year, and then Navy. Surprisingly, people don't realize Navy won 10 games last year.
Yeah.
I know it. They sure did, but they lose that great running back, don't they? They were so good.
Yeah, the great quarterback. the guy that he ended up getting drafted. Yeah, Ken
It's going to be a great game.
Ken Nanohana as their coach, and he does a great job.
Yeah. So this is going to be very interesting to see and watch. And, of course, coming from one of the coldest places in the country, thank goodness it's not that cold now, but if they were playing in December, there's no question I'd take Navy because it's so darn cold coming through that location where Navy is on the
Baltimore?
yeah, that's right.
Well, it's right there on the bay. It's extremely
Chesapeake
cold on
Bay.
that bay.
That wind comes in from the ocean and makes it so cold.
Annapolis.
Tell you, another one of my
I'll
friends.
I'll take BYU, and I think this will be a great game. BYU's got a quarterback named Wilson that's very athletic runner and a thrower. He looked really good last year.
And
I don't think he's going on his mission trip yet. I think he's back.
I'll take the
Troy
Cougars.
will play at BYU on the 26th, so this will be a good game to watch and see how Troy might line up against
Well,
them.
you want BYU undefeated when Troy plays them, so when we beat them, it'll be a big feather in Troy's cap. So I'm pulling for BYU until they play Troy.
I tell you what, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary if BYU wins this weekend and Middle Tennessee wins. South Alabama dominates Southern Miss. That's the first 3 games of the year on the road for Troy. I tell you what, this could be a really tough schedule.
Mike, how many hours and how many days and how many hours will it be before Troy kicks off?
I'll have to go look that up real quick.
All right, that's your college lineup right here.
Well, let me pick. I got to pick. I'm gonna pick BYU since Mike is friends with the athletic director. Probably got us this Troy BYU game was probably scheduled because of a small act of kindness that Mike Amos did several years ago.
Let me tell you briefly.
Yeah, I mean, well, why didn't Brent Jones just come on out and just say, "Hey, Mike Amos is the reason we got this game"?
No, I don't believe that. But let's just say this: that I allowed, or had several of these Mormon missionaries, over these years to come on my show, and this young lady was on my show, and we talked back and forth, and
Yeah, I was on the show. I was on the show with you that day. She was a beautiful girl.
And I don't believe we even mentioned that her dad was AD. Is that right?
No, we did. As the conversation went, we found out her dad was athletic director.
Yeah. And we told him that we'd love for him to play Troy one day, and he. So a few months later, I went to my office at the university, and there was a box there that had a beautiful blue and white jacket, the BYU jacket, and then this other box had a hat. This other box had a real nice sports shirt, and a note there was saying, "Mr. Amos, I appreciate you being so nice to my daughter who was on your show a few months ago, and she was on her mission trip, and it was so nice to see how nice you were to us and my daughter. And anytime you're out here, drop by Provo and see us. And by the way, he did say this, that I'm gonna look into maybe possibly talking to y'all or your AD about a game." And the guy signed it, and I normally could give you his name, but he was the athletic director at Brigham Young.
Tom Homey.
And,
Tom
what's the last name?
HOL Homey.
Homo. That's what his last name.
Homo.
Yeah.
HOLMOE.
Guy.
Well,
All right, Dad, you got
That didn't have anything to do with us getting the game, though. Let me tell you something. Brent Jones is the reason we got that game. He found that BYU had scheduling problems. And last time we talked, Mike,
They only have 8 games so far.
BYU had 10 games yet. Do they have 10 games scheduled yet?
Yeah, they only have 8 games, but also keep in mind Ryan Pugh, Troy's offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, was the offensive line coach at BYU, so he had the relationship as well out there.
Exactly. No question about it.
I was going to mention Troy is now 15 days, 7 hours, 4 minutes, and 30 seconds, now 29 seconds, 28 seconds, 27 seconds to Troy's first football game.
All right, give it to me one more time. 15 days.
15 days, 7 hours, 4 minutes, 17 seconds, 16 seconds, 15 seconds, 14 seconds.
All right, that's not long, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be Troy going to Middle Tennessee State in their first football game of the year.
We should be playing tomorrow. How awful is that?
That's right. We could have very easily been playing.
And I want to tell you, watching the Charles Henderson game last night, the stadium looks fantastic on TV, buddy. Golly. It's one of the prettiest.
I was going to ask you that. I thought it would be.
You know, the football complex in the end zone is what you see from the long end zone shot. And there's not many stadiums prettier in America, in my view.
I don't think it is. You're exactly right? I'll tell you something that had to be going through Rick Rhodes' mind when he was doing the game. Right after he won, his team won the national championship by beating Portland State in the championship game of Division II. He then decided that he was going to leave Troy and go to Southern Illinois to coach at Southern Illinois, which at the time Southern Illinois football was not near as big to their people as Troy football was to their people. And I can remember he took a bunch of Troy's, a lot of his staff went with him to Illinois, Southern Illinois, and they stayed 1 year.
Where was that? Was that Carbondale?
Mm-hmm.
That was in Carbondale. And Robert Maddox took over the coaching job at Troy and coached for 3 years before Larry Blakeney became the new head football coach at Troy. So that's where it ran. Let's take a short break. It is right at 8 o'clock. Let me ask you a personal question, Rice. Do you know where your kids are this morning?
Yes.
Where?
Oh, I got to tell you.
Yeah, you got to tell me, man.
Jack is at Hank Jones Learning Facility at Troy Elementary School, and then Maggie is at home in our neighborhood.
Bless her heart. She's a sweetheart, and I hope she's probably watching us on TV this morning, right?
I hope she's still asleep.
Going back to the athletic director at BYU, he has 3 Super Bowl rings with the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh.
84, 88, 89. Defensive back. 3 Super Bowl rings. Yes. The San Francisco 49ers. Yep. 3 Super Bowl rings.
He's cool. We got to have him on the show. Let's get him on the show, Mike, when we play him, okay?
That'd be a lot of fun.
How many years has he been AD? How many years has he been AD at BYU?
He's got 4 kids, 7 grandchildren. Let's see. Athletic director.
Seems like a class act.
I'm trying to.
Well, and of course, that flight to Provo, I'm still looking at it. I've had a couple of opportunities to go to that game. That's a long flight, but it would be nice to go out there early and.
It'd be nice to go out to Park. It would be nice to go to Park City. Probably could maybe even go skiing this time of year.
Since 2005. Since 2005. He's been athletic director.
He's been there
since 2005.
He can make any kind of decision he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, look, we're going to take a short break. We're straight up 8 o'clock. We'll be back with more of Today in L.A. and Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeeps and Ram Trucks Picks of the Week. We'll be back.
Right here, right now, during the Labor Day used car sales event, you can save thousands. Now through Monday only, and only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. If you have $29, you have a down payment for a used vehicle. That's right, $29 down, and payments as low as $99 a month. Bad credit or no credit? No problem. Take home $350 a week, and you could be approved. Yes. Don't miss your last chance for saving during the Labor Day used car sales event. Only at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
By its very nature, doing big things takes resilience and strength. You did the hard part. You did it, and will go farther still. Max is proud to be your champion, removing obstacles that get in your way. We make technology easy, saving and funds access uncomplicated, and provide help when and how you want it. You control your money with expert guidance from Max Credit Union. Smart money made simple.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Right here, right now. It's a double dose of savings. Yes. Summer clearance event savings. Plus Labor Day savings. 2020 Wranglers. Start at $289 a month. 2020 Ram 1500. Save it to $17,377. The biggest selection. Better discount. Best deal. New 2020 Jeep Cherokee. Save up to $10,000. Save over $9,800 on new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Bad credit, no credit, it doesn't matter. Shop us at PremierTroy.com and save thousands. Nobody beats a Premier deal. No.
No telling what we'll have tomorrow.
You know who's a good cook is my brother Rush is a really good cook too.
Is he?
Yeah.
I bet.
All right, we're back on Today in LA, and during the break we were talking about eating and cooking, and one of our favorite topics besides football.
My son-in-law, who is originally from South Carolina, really is an excellent chef, and we never go without a great meal when he's here, and he'll be coming in here tonight at our place here on West Panama City Beach. Mike Amos is coming to us from the beautiful Great Beach, Florida, and
it is absolutely.
He can throw a rock right and almost hit the red bar. And
it is beautiful down here today. This morning it is just gorgeous.
The morning we were talking to him, Rice, and a celebrity rode by, and you could have reached out and touched him, couldn't you, Mike?
Who was it?
Brian Kelly.
We're talking about the Florida Georgia Line.
Brian Kelly.
One of the lead singers.
Brian
Kelly.
The singer, the country music singer.
Country music singers are a real close family.
Country music festival out here this weekend.
I was at Alice yesterday. I was at Alice Beach yesterday, and Tom Glavine has a place down there, and Sean Payton, New Orleans Saints coach, has a place.
Man, all kind of NFL people are down there, aren't they? From what I hear.
Yeah, there's a lot of country music, a lot of NFL. It's Major League Baseball players. You got a little bit of everything.
You know, when I was at the beach at Gulf Shores with my dad and brother years ago, and we ate at Nolan's, which was our favorite steakhouse down there. I don't even know if it's still there.
That's at Gulf Shores now.
Yeah.
I eat at Nolan's all the time.
Yeah, it was fantastic steak. But we're sitting there, and who do we see walking out together but Mike Ditka and Gene Stallings?
Oh, wow.
And so Dad,
they put together for the Cowboys.
they were not dining together. They just happened to be there at the same time, and they were chit-chatting as they left. And Dad played for Coach Stallings. He was Dad's position coach.
Oh, yeah.
So Dad got up and went over and said, "Hey, Coach Stallings," and he remembered Dad, and so he brought all the brothers over, and so we chit-chatted with Coach Stallings and Mike Ditka for about 5 minutes in Nolan's Steakhouse.
I have great respect for those guys, both of them. They're both great coaches, no question. One of them with the Bears, and the other one with the University of Alabama.
Ditka was a Hall of Fame tight end for the Cowboys, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And also, he was known mostly by being the head coach of the Chicago Bears. You remember that?
Didn't Ditka play? But didn't Ditka play for the Bears too, or did he play for Cowboys?
I think he played for the
Cowboys.
Bears. Maybe he played for both of them. I'm not sure.
I know he's playing for the Cowboys.
We're going to start with high school scores right now. We've already gone through the college part of it. So let's look at Enterprise and Dothan. What a game this is going to be. The game's going to be played in Dothan. And I don't know who to take here. Dothan have the Northview High School and Dothan High School have merged to make what should be a powerful team. What do y'all think?
That'll be their first game.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It should be a powerful team. I just don't get why Dothan hadn't had any great football teams in the last couple decades. I hear good things about Enterprise, so I'm going with Enterprise.
I'm going with the Wildcats.
I'm going to take Enterprise. Who do you like, Barnes?
Enterprise.
All right, Michael, who do you like?
Well, this is Dothan's first game because they've been dealing with COVID issues. That's why they went over to play Hoover to start the season. I guess Where's this game being played, Dothan or Enterprise?
At Refuge Stadium. In Dothan.
I'll go Dothan.
Okay. All right. Everybody took.
Hey, I got a quick question for Mike, if y'all don't mind, about where these games are played. Mike, do you have any idea with these baseball games that are played in empty stadiums? Does the home team have any home field advantage when there's no crowd? Have you seen that stat? Do you win more playing in your stadium even though you have no crowd noise?
I don't know, but I will tell you this: that the Braves are going to be at home against the Nationals over a week. They'll end up with the Marlins on the 9th. But
okay.
All right, let's just try to finish up these high school scores.
So Mike predicted this is under Tom Landry from 73 to 81. So him and Stallings coached together with the Cowboys.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, all right.
The Bears.
You got Carroll High of Ozark at Pike Road, and I'll take Pike Road to win that game.
Yeah, me too.
Take Pike Road.
I'll take the Patriots.
All right,
I'll take Alan Ponder.
Okay, Alan Ponder's Pike County. He's not the head coach, though.
Is he helping with?
Pike Road's new baseball coach.
Is he helping with football? I
I
wonder.
wouldn't think so.
Probably.
And
I don't know. Probably not.
All right, let's move on. We only have 30 more minutes to get this done. Of course, we want to mention it's brought to you by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks on the bypass right here in Troy. Okay, Ozark. Everybody take Pike Road to beat Ozark.
Mm-hmm.
Andalusia at Rehoboth. Rehoboth is undefeated, coached by Pete Harrison, a good friend of ours. And I don't think his team's been scored on. But, hey, they're playing the Andalusia Bulldogs this week. Andalusia is 0-2, but this will tell you something right here. They're 0-2, but they're still ranked number, what is it here? They're ranked in 5A in the top 14. So I'm going to take Andalusia to beat Rehoboth. Who do y'all like?
I'll go with Andalusia.
I'm gonna pick Rehoboth. I'm picking Rehoboth.
All right.
I'll go Andalusia.
I'm on there by myself.
My grandmother, KK Chapman, was a Rushmore, and her people are from Andalusia. So I got Andalusia.
Wait a minute. She was a Rushmore? She must have been rich if she was a Rushmore.
I don't know.
That's a very distinguished name.
No, I'm sorry, not Rushmore. Ruston was her last name. Because Rush is named after that. Ruston. She was Catherine Ruston before she got married.
I knew some Rustons in Montgomery. Doctor, and of course, one of them was a good friend of mine. Okay, Robert E. Lee had beaten Eufaula, so that game's off the board. Robert E. Lee beat Eufaula last night in a big one. That was Eufaula's first loss, and Eufaula was ranked high in the stats prior to that game, but no longer as Eufaula goes down. They were ranked 4th coming in, and Lee continues their fine play, and they were in 7A, so they're doing pretty well. Okay, the next game pits Dale County at Ashford. I'll take the home team Ashford against Dale County.
Michael.
I'll take Dale County.
No, I'm gonna change my mind. This is not Daleville. This is Dale County. I'll take Dale County. Who do you like, Ryan?
I'll take Dale County.
Dale County. I like Dale County, definitely.
Who do you like, Forrest?
I reckon I'll go with Dale County since somebody else is, but I don't think they're very good.
Mike, who do you like?
I like Dale County.
Dale County.
All right, when I look at these two teams, I look at a light blue and red of Dale County and the black and gold of Ashford. That's the way I see them.
What tag number is Dale County on the Alabama tags?
34.
34.
Dale County is the same as Ozark, I would say. 31. No, not 31.
I'll say
Come
34.
on now.
Houston County is 38. I know that.
My wife says 23, but that's Luverne.
It's 26, isn't it?
23 is Covington.
Ozark is 26. Carroll County.
26. That's who
No, but it's not Carroll County. It's Dale County, so it's probably about 28, 30.
All right, let's go over BTW. Booker T. Washington playing at Geneva. Geneva stunned everybody and came back with a big win. BTW always has better athletes than everybody, but they can't win. I'm going to take Geneva to beat them at home. Who do y'all like?
I got Geneva.
I like Geneva, too.
I'll
take Geneva.
Who do you like? Okay,
Geneva.
All right, the next game it's been forfeited. Pike County, and I don't know what in the world Coach Holland and them have done over there. They're postponed again this week, and they'll in their game with Beulah, and now they won't play until the next week. So
At home against Dadeville. They'll play next week at home.
Why they postponed? COVID?
Beulah canceled their season.
That's right. Beulah is not going to play.
Right.
That counts as a win though for Pike County. That counts as a win.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. That would probably give them a win. You're right, Mike. You're probably right. Okay. Houston Academy playing at Daleville, and of course Houston Academy's got a good football team. And normally I would think
Daleville hadn't scored a point all year.
I know it. I can't understand it. And can any of this be contributed, Rice, to the COVID-19? But you know they're located right on Fort Ruckers military base. I mean, right on it. Do you think they're not getting the players, or what you think?
You're going to Enterprise.
I don't know. Force just said they're all their athletes are going to Enterprise.
That's the best football program in that area. That's where I take mine.
Well, Houston Academy is coached by one of the best football coaches in Alabama, and I'll take them. I'm going to take Houston Academy.
Yeah, Jamie Riggs has won over 300 games. I'll take Houston Academy. I normally would not take Houston Academy over Dell, but I will this year.
That's who I got, Houston Academy.
Devils had some great athletes through the years, but I guess this is not one of those years, so I'll go over everybody else.
They play at a beautiful high school stadium there in Daleville, too. All right, here's a good one. New Brockton and Off got beat last week by Elba. I don't know how that happened, but because they're playing that Off, I'm going to take the Off Bobcats.
Take an op. You know, Elba scored 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of minutes late in the game to win that game.
Oh,
They did it. I was wondering about it.
so it wasn't.
Well, I'll pick op.
I'll take off.
I'll take City of Opportunity.
All right, yeah, no question about it. Providence Christian, coached by Kenny Keith, former Trojan, playing at Wicksburg. This is going to be a good football game right here. Who do you like, Mike?
I'll take Providence Christian. They scored 70 last week. I think their offense is looking pretty good.
Where you get all this information? Okay.
It's all in my head, man. Just random knowledge.
I know it. I wonder how you can remember that. You can't remember the ABCs.
I'll take Providence Christian.
I don't know what happened to me at school. I watched Sports Center every night about 10 times before I went to bed.
I'm just joking. Okay, everybody take Providence, or does everybody take Wicksburg?
Go Kenneth Keith. He's my old friend. I'm going with Kenny.
I am too. And he wears that bald head pretty good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's married one of the Mingles girls.
Yeah, he's married to Karen Ingalls is his wife.
Slocum and Northside Methodist, and this is that new school, Northside Methodist in Dothan, against the Red Sox of Slocum. Why are they called the Red Sox, Rice? Do you know?
No, there must be a good story behind it, though. What is it?
It's those great tomatoes.
Right.
They've got
Red Sox.
worldwide great tomatoes.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that.
I wonder if they sell tomato sandwiches at the concession stand.
I need to.
That'd be I'd buy one.
Is it tomatoes or tomatoes?
Yeah. Well, no, it's tomatoes. But let me tell you this, something I need to let you know. This game is going to be played at Carroll High School in Ozark. The Slocum Northside Methodist game, I've got it in my schedule as being played at Carroll High School.
Right.
I'm still going to take Slocum.
I will too. Slocum.
Okay.
I want to say Northside Memphis scored in the 30s against Providence Christian, but
71-35, I believe.
70s.
Can
I'm gonna take Northside Memphis.
Can I tell my Slocum story?
They're going to be real good, you know.
How many games we got left, Mike?
We probably have 10 more. Why?
Well, I was going to tell my Slocum story, but I'll better hold it for another time.
You got 15 minutes.
Okay.
Charles Henderson played Slocum in 1980. I'm the third string, 10th grade quarterback.
I remember that game.
I'm getting ready to get to play a lot of minutes, maybe the whole fourth quarter. And I show up for the bus late with Jeff Davis. I thought the time I was supposed to be there was actually the time the bus was pulling out. And so Perry Green finishes his motivational speech, and everybody runs to get on the bus. And I rush to my locker and get my bag and everything, and run and get on the scrub bus. And then I get on the bus, and we're getting ready to pull out, and I say, "Oh dang, I don't have my football helmet." So I work up my courage. I go up to the first team bus where Coach Jeffcoat is and say, "Coach, I've left my helmet in the locker room. The locker room's already been locked." Coach Jeffcoat says, "Get off the bus." That's the way he was. And I didn't get off the bus. I just went down there, got back on the scrub bus, and I did not dress out and play that game. And sure enough, we beat them bad. And all my little buddies that were in 10th grade got to play the whole game.
I want to say we scored 60-something points that game.
Yeah, that was our biggest blowout. And
Coach Jeffcoat
was it hard to go back to your dad, tell him what happened?
yes.
Dad upset.
Yeah, Dad called Coach Jeffcoat that night, and I listened in. And Dad said, if Jerry Beverly would have forgot his helmet, would you have let him go get it?
That's right. That's exactly right. I agree.
And not only that, I didn't get to play, which I thought was punishment enough. I had to run sprints the Monday after practice.
Oh,
so I was double punishment.
Yeah,
But hey, I love Coach Jeffcoat, and that's just the way he was, man.
That's right.
You know, I would go in there a lot of times, and Jeffcoat would be on the hard floor in the locker room in the middle of the day taking naps on the hard floor, that's like, basically cement floor. And he would just do that in his office. And I tell you what, he knew everything. He knew everything that happened going around Troy, Alabama. He would come up to me and say, "I heard you were somewhere the night before, and some guys were drinking beer. He's like, you want to go tell me what happened?" I'm like, it was just like the craziest things ever he would know about.
People don't realize that the high school football coach is also the chief detective on campus, isn't he?
That was one that my dad, did your dad do this, Michael? From time to time, Dad would say, "Bill," he did it to all of us, Bill, come here. Is there something you want to tell me right now? Isn't there something you want to tell me? And so I'd be going through my mind, "Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? What did he find out about?" And every single time I say, "No, Dad, no, there's nothing I'm going to tell me," he said, "Okay." He was just testing us.
All right, we've got some big games coming up right now. Abbeville playing at Zion Chapel. And whether this game, Forrest, is being played in Enterprise, you mentioned something that was a rec field in Enterprise. No, excuse me, Old Bates Stadium in Enterprise. Is that right?
Yes, that's where they'll play.
Okay, so I'm going to take Abbeville. They're loaded. I'm going to take Abbeville to win the game.
I'll take Abbeville.
Anybody else?
I'm taking whatever Michael Amos took. Abbeville.
Everybody likes Abbeville.
All right, here's another one. I don't know a lot about Cornerstone, but Lakeside Christian out of Eufaula playing at Cornerstone. I'll take Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Who knows about this game? I mean, I have no clue. This first Lakeside pick.
I'll take Lakeside.
I'll take Lakeside again.
That game might have been played last night. I'm not sure.
Well, Eufaula must be getting a lot of the athletes since they got a good team instead of Lakeside.
Lakeside is directly behind Eufaula High School. It's the craziest thing ever. They're right next to each other.
That's right. They sure are. Houston County and Arrington. Arrington, of course, lost a tough one to a very good team from Flomaton last week. I love Arrington in this situation. They're going to win.
Arrington.
Yeah, we all like the coaches at Arrington.
Arrington big. Houston County's awful.
All right, get ready for this, and I want y'all to give me the over and under on this game. Upper Academy of Montgomery and Pike Liberal Arts. Tell me who's going to win and who's going to win the over under here. What is the over under? I'm going to put
70.
the over under 70.
I mean, I think Pine Live's going to be in the 50s.
Okay, all right, who else?
I think it'll be about 68. It'll be about 48-20.
Okay.
It'll be a
Anybody else?
shutout. It'll be a shutout. 50. Let's see. 49, 56 to nothing.
So 56.
56-0. Okay, so, and I'm going to have the over-under as being 75. I'm going to take 75 as the over-under here.
Be under.
And I'm going to take, everybody's going to take Pike Liberal. Is that right?
Yep. Hooper will not
Yeah.
score.
Okay, Geneva County, with their great running back playing at Cottonwood. Cottonwood loves their football, but I think Geneva County of Hartford is going to have too much football
year were you a
players. So I'm
sophomore?
taking Geneva County.
The football season in 1980. The school academic year of 81.
If they had a bunch of coachmans at Cottonwood, I'd take Cottonwood, but I'll take
That's right.
I'll take Geneva County, I guess.
And they had a little quarterback that I used to know real well, and he played behind some of the great Troy quarterbacks. And his daddy was the head coach at Cottonwood, and I'm trying to think of his name, and I can't right now. Elba at GW Long. This is going to be one of the top games of the week. Elba undefeated playing at GW Long of Ozark. I'm going to have to take GW. Well, it's just hard to say. I'm going to take GW Long at home to win the game. Who do y'all like?
Elba.
Elba, okay, Elba.
I'm going to take Elba.
I'll take Elba.
All right, I'm going out with him, taking GW Long.
I'm not only picking Elba, I'm pulling hard for Elba. So good luck, Elba Tigers.
Yeah, Brantley at Kinston. Kinston surprised me. They scored 55 points on Zion Chapel, but I think Brantley's going to be a little bit too much. I'll take the Brantley Bulldogs.
Brantley.
Boy, Brantley looked awesome last week against Luverne. Until they lay an egg, I'm going to stick with Brantley.
Their quarterback
I'll take Brantley.
Somebody told me their quarterback, who is a sophomore, Tucker Kilcrease, isn't that a great name, is already committed to play one day with Troy. Now, I don't know how long that'll last because they say he's 6'3" or 6'4" already. He's going to be one of the great athletes to come out of this part of the country in a long time when he's a senior. I'll take Brantley.
Brantley's had some great athletes through the years.
All right, that's the final game of the week, ladies and gentlemen. If you're keeping up with these high school games, Sampson and Florella. Florella is better than they've ever been. I'll take Florella.
Me too. What about Goshen Trinity?
All right, well, that's the last one. Goshen and Trinity. Our good friend Bart Snyder.
The Florida
I'll take Florella.
Sampson game is very interesting because Coach Littleton is now at Florella, and he was at Sampson for several years. He just could never beat Elba when he was there. This ought to be a really big game tonight down there. I'll take Florella.
I'm going to take Florella.
Yeah. All right, the big one, Goshen traveling to Trinity and Montgomery. And, of course, they've waited a long time to play, Mike. Who do y'all like, Goshen and Trinity?
Well, they last played in 1999. Trinity beat Goshen 35-15, and they're 3-0 against Goshen. That's my alma mater, but we're playing a pick'em show. Trinity's 1-1. Goshen's first game of the year.
This is going to be a tough one.
What's the word you put?
Nobody's going to be ashamed of you for going against your alma mater.
I'm gonna pick Trinity.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna pick.
Don't do that. Don't go against your alma mater.
I want them to win, but logically, I'm looking at it. Trinity's played 2 games. Goshen's played 1. They're playing in Trinity. But Goshen might surprise you.
Trying to turn this thing around on you. What is he doing?
I abstain.
I didn't go to Goshen. I didn't graduate, but I've been to a lot of football games there and have a lot of friends there. And Goshen is our team, and Goshen is where it's happening, man. Buy stock in Goshen right now, everybody. people are going to be moving to Goshen from New York City soon enough.
It's a great town, no question.
And they got athletes. They've got pride. This will be a real feather in the cap to beat Trinity. So Goshen wins tonight for the first time ever against Trinity.
I'm taking Trinity among
This is Goshen.
Well, who you gonna
first
pick
time
next
ever.
week? Charles Henderson or Andalusia?
time.
Week after next.
Charles Henderson.
Okay.
Yeah, Goshen, first time ever playing a 3A game. Well, not a 3A game, but in 3A. First time, first game, I guess. If they had that quarterback that they claim ran 4.3, I would take Goshen in a heartbeat. But I guess he's gone. I still will never believe the story that the quarterback at Goshen ran a 4.3 or a 4.4.
Okay.
That's what Coach Snyder said.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Trinity. Also wanted to mention Lou Byrne, which is also local in the area, will be playing Central Coosa County in Rockford today. They'll travel. That is a long trip to Central Coosa County.
Yeah. All right, let's take Lou Byrne. I'll take Lou Byrne.
I'll take Lou Byrne.
I don't know. Central Coosa is pretty good, but I'll take Lou Byrne.
Well,
Central Coosa's down. I'll take Lou Byrne.
I'll take Luverne, I guess, but boy, Luverne was just made every mistake in the book last week. Maybe they got them all out of their system.
Well, they're under a new head coach, and the wheels came off, and the snowball kept rolling downhill.
It happens sometimes.
All right. Okay, let's finish up on the Goshen game. I took Trinity. Who else took Trinity?
Everybody
Sorry.
did.
Except for me.
Nobody took.
Oh, you took Goshen?
Bill took
Bill
Goshen.
did.
All right, Bill took Goshen. Okay.
That's what Dad's favorite saying. That's what winners are made of, I guess.
That's right, no question about it. And of course, this is our first week of the Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Truck Picks of the Week, which will start next week.
We'll find out everything on Tuesday. We'll not have a live show on Monday for Labor
Hey,
Day.
well,
Live show on Monday, and look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday morning and to get ready for the first full week of high school and college football right here on Troy Cable. Hope you've enjoyed our show today. It was a lot of talk back and forth, but that's what this show's about, laid-back television at its very best. And my good friend Bill Rice Jr., and also Forrest Lee and Mike from Great Beach. Hope y'all all have a great holiday weekend, and go Trojans wherever they are.
We got another minute or two, but several years ago I got scolded. I was on the Pick'em show on the local radio station, and Charles Henderson was going to travel to play Demopolis. I picked Demopolis, and I got scolded for it later by a couple of people, but Demopolis, I think, won like 55 to 20.
I picked Pike County High School to beat Charles Henderson one time in the game when I was sports editor of the Messenger, and I got scolded pretty good by one Mike Amos.
Well, let me just say this.
Dad has picked against Charles Henderson numerous times.
Back then he didn't, and of course Pike County won. I was right, but it was a close game, just like I said. But
Exactly right. Do we want to?
Hey, people in Brunswick buy newspapers too, Bill.
Hey,
Let's do a score. I'm gonna say Trinity 35, Goshen 24. What do y'all like on that?
I'll say Goshen 26, Trinity 24.
21-12.
All right. Who do you like?
I'm gonna say Trinity 28 to 17.
28, 17.
It's
Finally, Forrest, who do you like?
I done picked them, but I think it's going to be 21-12.
It's a good atmosphere to watch a football game. It's kind of like Goshen. It's real family friendly, and kids will be running around everywhere. I've been to a lot of games at Trinity. It's neat. All right, well, Steve was telling us we got to go, Mike. So
have a good weekend.
Before we go up there, I got to say this before we go up there. Forrest can he go to church since he picked Trinity to beat Goshen? They're not going to let him in the church doors.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't.
This morning.
Boo.
Forrest.
Well, give them motivation, I guess.
All right. Y'all have a great day and a great weekend and a great holiday. And we'll see you Tuesday, bright and early for Today in L.A.
Right here, right now, during the Labor Day used car sales event. You can save thousands. Now through Monday only. And only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. If you have $29